This is luminol. It's a chemical that exhibits something called chemiluminescence, and when it reacts, it can release light. To make this happen, I just have to add water to a beaker and a decent amount of sodium carbonate. Then I can add the luminol, which can dissolve in this solution. I also need to add some sodium bicarbonate, and this solution is basically ready. Now, I just need to make an iron solution by mixing together 3% hydrogen peroxide and something called potassium ferrocyanide. To make the luminol glow, I just have to mix these two solutions together. This is some chromal chloride that I made about a year ago, and it's one of my favorite chemicals. I'm not sure why, but I've always been a big fan of dark liquids that let off scary looking fumes. When there's a whole bunch of it, it almost looks black, but in small amounts, it almost looks the same as blood. I mean, if you ignore all the corrosive and carcinogenic vapor. Just like other angry liquids, it can be a bit of a pain to store, and it's often best to put it in something like a glass ampule. To do this, I made an ampule from a test tube, and once all the chromal chloride was in it, I sealed it with a blowtorch. This is ferrofluid. It's a liquid that's attracted to a magnet, and it likes to form a lot of small spikes. When I pull it away from the magnet, the spikes get bigger, but when I get too far from it, they completely disappear. Ferrofluid was first invented by NASA in 1963, and it's made by suspending super small particles of iron in a solvent. So today, I've decided to make a really unstable chemical called manganese heptoxide. To do this, I just need to start with some sulfuric acid and then sprinkle on something called potassium permanganate. It makes this angry green liquid that can spontaneously decompose just by touching it. It also reacts with almost anything organic, and this is what it does to a cotton ball. It's even more violent with liquids, and this is what it does with ethanol and acetone. This is silica aerogel, and it's one of the lightest solids. It's made from a very fine network of silica, and most of it is actually air. All of this air makes it a really good insulator, and I'm able to blast it with a torch like this for a while before it even starts to feel warm. The texture of it is kind of like styrofoam, but it's also very fragile, and it's really easy to accidentally break it.